I get an acrylic. It's fake. I literally get a fake big toenail every single day for the rest of my life. So that is how I'm doing physically. No. Hello guys, welcome back. So for today's video, I asked you guys some questions over on Instagram. So just ask me some questions for a chit chat get ready with me. I feel like I haven't sat down and done a chit chat get ready with me in such a long time. So I thought it'd be fun just to do my hair, do my makeup, and answer some of your guys' questions. I currently have a rat's nest on my head. You guys know I have naturally curly hair, but if I like brush it as I let it air dry, it will look like a mess. So that is the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my hair out the way. I'm someone, if my hair looks good, like I could care less what my face looks like. If I have good hair, I'm good. But I'm gonna be doing my makeup as well today because I do have a photo shoot later. So let's get into the hair. To style my hair today, I'm gonna be using tools from Foxy Bay. You guys know I've been rocking with Foxy Bay for such a long time. I've been working with them since I lived in my first apartment in Ohio, like literally years. Me and Foxy Bay have been rocking with each other, and I'm just so excited to be working with them again for today's video. Not only do they have the cutest tools, like look at this pink, and if you're wondering if I matched my robe to the products, I did, but like look at this hairbrush. Like look at these clips. Like all their stuff is so cute. Not only do they have tools, but they also have products as well. I used their Cool AF heat protectant spray, and I also used their smooth sailing anti-frizz finishing cream right when I got out the shower. I like to apply my products when my hair is damp. I went ahead and applied these, so I have the heat protectant, and then this cream right here just helps to tame any frizz. And you guys see I have naturally very big poofy frizzy hair, so I love using this product to kind of help tame that a bit. I'm first going in with my blowout brush because my hair is still a little bit damp. I never go in with a blowout brush when my hair is 100% wet. Like I always wait for it to dry, especially at the roots, because usually sizes like this, like it's not gonna get your roots. So you wanna wait till your hair is a little bit dry, let it air dry a little bit, and then go in with your blowout brush. But I love this so much. It makes it so easy and quick to just dry my hair and get it nice and sleek. And then to finish it off, I'm gonna be going in with their flat iron just to kind of smooth everything. I'm gonna go ahead and section my hair using these super cute rose gold clips from Foxy Bay. And we are gonna handle this mess. You guys know my obsession with blowouts and blow dryer brushes. It was so funny. I actually got recognized the other day, and the girl was like, I swear I saw your blowout first. And I'm like, that looks like a Nas blowout. And then she saw me. But I love this blowout brush so much because of the color. How cute is this pink color with the rose gold? It looks so cute in my beauty room. But blowout brushes are just amazing because you can dry your hair and straighten it at the same time. Another great thing about Foxy Bay is that all of their hair products are infused with biotin to promote hair growth and strength. Also, all of their hair care is sulfate and paraben free, safe for color treated hair and for all hair types. They're also vegan and cruelty free. Both the hot tools I'm using in today's video are tourmaline infused ceramic. Tourmaline, I think that's how you say it. But this seals in the moisture and leaves the hair with a healthy, shiny finish. There's also different temperature settings so you're not overdoing your hair. And also it has auto shut off in case you leave your flat iron on and you leave the house. Also, you guys can see that cord attached to this. All of their cords on their products are 360 swivel cords, so you never have to worry about it tangling. Here is the technique I use whenever I style my bangs. I always just kind of do this under thing and then this over thing. You guys can just see what I'm doing. But honestly, bless blowout brushes, because if it wasn't for these, I could not style my bangs for the life of me. If you gave me a round brush and a blow dryer and told me to style my bangs, like it would just not work out. So I'm so happy that blowout brushes were invented because it just makes it so much easier. So after I was done with my blowout, I just went ahead and took my flat iron from Foxy Bay and just smoothed everything out. I always like to do this for the roots and just make sure everything is nice and smooth. Here is the completed hair, you guys. It looks so good, so sleek, so shiny. I actually love the way that blowout brush does my bangs. It gives me like the perfect little swoop. I do need to get them trimmed. I've been just putting off getting my hair cut, getting my nails done. Like y'all, when you become an adult, I swear, like getting your nails done is like a luxury, I swear. But I am so in love with this hair. You guys can actually get your hands on Foxy Bay with my code NAS60. You guys can get actually up to 80% off with their holiday deals going on right now with Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So make sure you guys use my link down below to shop. I know the holiday season is right around the corner, so this would make a great gift idea to your friends and family, and honestly, even yourself. Treat treat yourself this holiday season and use my code down below to get your hands on Foxy Bay. Again, they have hot tools, they got products, they even have curling irons. So make sure you guys check it out down below. So now let's get onto the makeup and I can answer some of your guys' questions. I'm not gonna lie, I'm running a little bit behind schedule. Luckily, I primed my face and did my eyebrows before I even started filming, which will save me some time. But because I'm gonna be talking and answering questions while I'm doing my makeup, I'm not gonna remember to like stop and like say every product name. So make sure you guys check the description box down below or is it to the side now? I don't know, YouTube be changing it every day, to see which products I'm using. So this first question, I'm gonna use this as the icebreaker. I'm not gonna lie, this question made me giggle a little bit. Not that it's funny, but I'm like, no one has ever asked me this. And I really wanna answer it. So someone asked, what's your Chipotle order? So, happy you asked, because I go through phases with Chipotle. Like either I want to eat it every day or I don't want it. So I always get a brown rice bowl. No. What am I talking about? I never get brown rice. I get white rice. Like if I'm going to eat rice, I'm going to eat rice. So I get white rice. So my meat of choice, I love their carne asada. I know that's seasonal. It's like a limited edition thing. So when they had the carne asada, I was going there every day. It's different than the steak. The steak and the carne asada are not marinated the same. So I loved their carne asada. So if they have that, I'm gonna get that. If not, I'm gonna get the chicken. I also love barbacoa, but it just got a little too soggy for me. Like, you know what I mean? There's so much juice. Like if I'm gonna get barbacoa, I'm gonna get like rice and beans and barbacoa, you know, kind of like a ropa vieja like situation. Okay, I'm just like going off on tangents. I don't get any beans. I don't get any fajitas because I have an intolerance to bell peppers. Then this part, Mel always makes fun of me because he says I literally get like a kid's bowl, because all I get as my toppings are 2 scoops, not 1 scoop, 2 scoops of the pico de gallo and shredded lettuce, and that's it. I know you guys are probably like, girl, what? Like, you guys know I'm not a picky eater. But I personally, like when I see Chipotle bowls smothered in like cheese and sour cream at Mel, and the same people will sit there and complain that their like stomach hurts after eating Chipotle and that they sit on the toilet for 2 hours. It's like, you're literally eating like a boat of like sour cream. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think is gonna happen? I love to take it to go because I bring it home, I mix it in a big bowl, and then I squeeze lime juice on top, a little bit of tahini and some hot sauce. Oh, so good. I need to get it actually now that I'm saying that. Speaking of hot sauce, I do put on the mild sauce. I forgot to, not mild, the medium one, like the green one. I do put a little bit of that one on there too. But that's another reason why I like bringing it home, because I like to just use my own sour cream because I have like a low calorie, like light sour cream. Another person asked, why don't we see as much of Kayvon anymore? Honestly, I didn't even think I was showing him less until I read that comment. I guess it's not on purpose. I don't know. Do you guys feel like I haven't been showing him as much? Like I was kind of surprised when I read that because I'm like, I feel like I show him. But it's just so funny, you guys. Like people are always gonna find, I'm not saying this person came from a bad place. If I was showing him too much, then I'd get comments that I'm exploiting my children and that I use my child for content. And then if I don't show him, it's like, why don't you show Kayvon? Like there's always gonna be issues. That topic, that actually reminds me of like when I go travel and I get comments like, you're always traveling, which I'm like, I equivalent when someone says that to, you know how your mom be like, you're always on your phone. Exaggeration. Like I haven't done this in how long and you're saying I do it all the time. But it's like when I do travel, I get that comment like, girl, you traveling way too much. But then when I post my day in my life as a mommy doing the things around the house, it's, girl, this content is getting way too boring. It's the same thing every single day. It's just you in your house. Like we want to see something different. So it's like you can't win on the internet. I swear. It's either you're doing too much of something or not enough of something. That's just the internet for you. My family just got home, by the way, so if you hear noises, just ignore it. But the next question actually is along the same topic. How do you deal with negative energy in your life? You guys might laugh at this one, but I guess I live in like a delusional world in my head where I never really notice when someone's like being mean to me or someone has like a sly comment towards me. Like honestly, it's always somebody else in my life having to be like, did you see that? Did you see what they just said? And I'm like, no. I'm not even trying to like toot my own horn here, but when someone's staring at me, like I assume they like my outfit or they think I'm pretty or like something along those lines. You know what I mean? Like it's never my first instinct to think of something negative. So how do I deal with it? I guess I just live in this la la land where I assume everybody likes me. But how do I deal with the negative energy? Well, I guess See, that's like real life. That's real life negative energy. And online negative energy is a different ball game, because to me, I'm like, I can't even see a face like to this person. Like, this is on a fake account, no profile picture, not even using their real name. Like, to me, it's like not real. Like, if you're not a real person saying something, like, it's not real. It's almost, I think it's because I've been doing this for so long, kind of a coping mechanism that I've developed over the years is I remember I said this to someone and they're like, Naz, are you okay? But maybe I'm crazy for saying this, but when I read a really negative comment about myself, if I don't agree with it, if I agree with it, then I'm very self-aware. Like, I can agree with you and be like, you know what, they're right. Like, I need to change this. But if it's something I completely don't agree about, you're so wrong, I will read it and kind of have like an out-of-body experience. I'll be like, I'm not reading about myself, if that makes sense. I'm reading about this fictional character. I'm reading about somebody else. This comment, this message is not about me. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it just makes sense in my head. Let me know if you guys do the same thing, but I kind of just like disassociate in a way. I don't even know. Like, again, I've been doing this for way too long to have it affect me at this point, because if it was affecting me at this point, I would have quit years ago. So I know that hate is going nowhere, and that's why I honestly stopped clapping back as much. It wasn't worth my energy and it made me look bothered, so I just honestly stopped replying. I would just rather live this life and deal with a hate comment or two every few days. At the end of the day, these negative comments, this negative energy is projections, you guys. Like, people are projecting their own insecurities and their own feelings onto you. And unfortunately, with being a social media influencer, I become people's punching bag. Like, they have a bad day, so they come onto my page and they lash out at me, and I kind of have to sit there and like take it. But again, it's a small price to pay, in my opinion, for the blessings that have came my way. You know what's so funny? I did not put these comments in order, but I feel like the questions are kind of relating to each other and kind of going in order. Someone asked, what gave you that discipline to achieve success as an influencer? You know, it's funny, in my head, I'm not very disciplined, but when I say that, like in my stories or anything like that, you guys are like, girl, you are disciplined to be able to be where you are in life. And I'm like, you know what? You are right. But I guess I just view these girls that like wake up at 6 a.m. and like get their workout done, and like, I don't think I'm ever gonna be that girl, you know what I mean? Who like sit down at their computer, answer their emails. I'm a disciplined, like scrambled egg. Like, I'm kind of like all over the place, if that makes sense, but I get everything done. It's weird. Like, I'm very on it. I'm very organized, but I'm scrambled. Like, I'm kind of juggling a million things at once. And you know, I guess maybe it's just so hard with my life and my job, because I'm juggling so many things. I'm wearing so many hats, and it's so hard to balance everything. But back to the person, they asked what gave you that discipline. Honestly, just growing up, if you guys didn't know, like, both of my parents are immigrants. So my whole family were immigrants, but I moved here when I was 2. So I had my older siblings. My brother at the time was 16. My sister was 8. So, you know, just growing up in an immigrant family and being the youngest too, I feel like because I was the youngest, we had such big age gaps. Like, my parents gave me a lot of independence young. Because again, my siblings were so much older. I feel like my parents kind of viewed me as older than I was. Like, by the time, again, my brother is 15 years older than me. By the time I got to a certain age, it's kind of like you're an adult. You know what I mean? I think a huge part of it is just growing up, just seeing how hard my parents worked. A lot of people think I came from rich parents, which honestly, me and Baba laugh about it all the time. He's like, you're that rich man, you're that rich man. But no, for real, I grew up with hardworking immigrant parents. My parents owned a restaurant. You guys know we recently closed it so my parents could retire. And my parents still, I'd say they retired, even though like they're still doing hella. But the restaurant was just a lot. Just know that. It was a lot on my parents' mental health, especially my dad. I feel like he's in a much better place, which makes me very happy. Just seeing how hard my parents worked. So our family restaurant, it was just my parents and a few employees we'd have here and there. But my parents would go from like 9 a.m. My dad even earlier, because he would do the grocery shopping for the restaurant every day. My dad 8 a.m. to like 10 p.m. to midnight every single day. That is how my parents worked. So growing up, just seeing how hard my parents worked, like, I just knew nothing else other than hard work. Like, whatever you want to do in life, it's not going to be fed to you in a silver spoon. Like, you need to figure it out and do it. But on my little digital camera that my mom had, like, I would borrow that. But I went to my dad and I said, Baba, please buy me a laptop, buy me a camera. He bought me a MacBook, bought me a camera. I'm like, please, I know this is gonna be something. Please, please help me. Fun fact about that, we did not have the money for that. My dad put it on credit card. He put it on his credit card, poor thing. And Baba literally told me, hide this from your mom. Please do not show your mom, because he just knew my mom, she was gonna be like, we don't have the money for that. Like, she doesn't need to be doing that. He was like, please hide it from your mom. My mom obviously found out, got upset. Baba had to sleep on the couch for a few days. But I remember just going to him, and Baba has always believed in me. I think out of all my siblings, I'm the most like my dad. So Baba and I always had like this special like connection. And Baba, like, he always trusted me. If I told him like I was gonna do something, he's like, I know you're gonna do something with it, you know? So that's why he bought me the camera. And it's so funny because we were looking through my dad's old pictures on his phone, because my dad has photos from like 2011 on his phone. He hasn't changed his phone. So I found this picture of me at Best Buy. That is the day Baba bought me my camera, and it's the day that changed forever. Literally, when Baba and I looked at that picture, I looked at Baba and I was like, Baba, can you imagine if you didn't buy me that camera? Like, how different our life would be? And he's like, it's so crazy. It's literally so crazy. I've just always been that person. I never just talk to talk. If I say I'm gonna do something, I will do it. I will be on my deathbed before it doesn't happen. And that's why I get like so frustrated with other people. I kind of assume everyone's like that, but they're not. And they'll be like talking like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then I'll bring it up later on and they're like, what are you talking about? Like, no. And I'm like, you literally said you wanted to do that. They're like, I was just talking. I'm like, girl, I have never experienced that emotion in my life. If I put my mind to something, it's gonna happen. It might not happen right away, but it's gonna happen eventually, you know? I know I'm spending a lot of time on this topic, but it is something I'm very passionate about. But, you know, some people might look at me and not even view me as successful, because they view like you have to have like millions of subscribers or something like that to be considered successful. But one thing that I got is longevity in my career, and that's something I'm so thankful for. The fact that I'm still able to make, you know, the money that I make and all that stuff after doing this for how many years? I'm very lucky and very blessed. And a lot of it comes from you guys who've been following me since I was so young. So I really appreciate you guys. But I just think a big part of it is I genuinely started out of love for the craft. Like, I didn't start with money in mind, because when I started, that wasn't even a thing. Back when I started, everybody couldn't be a YouTube partner. You had to like apply for it. So I remember people would make videos like announcing that they became a YouTube partner, and that their channel banner, like they now have a channel banner, because you had to be a partner to have a banner on your channel. Like, that is how OG I am talking. So I started my YouTube channel then. So to me, this was just something I always loved. Like, I didn't see a dime from YouTube for like 2 years. And I remember getting my first ever brand deal. They paid me $50, $50. And I was like, I was about to say the B word, but like, I'm rich. Like, what? Like, I'm getting paid to post on YouTube? Like, that was something else. So to me, I'm just so thankful for it too, because I love having like this online diary. I'm always watching my old videos, you guys. I'm always watching my old videos. And I'm just like, I'm a motherfucking star. No, for real. But I'm just like watching it. Like, I love the fact that I can see what I was doing at like 14 years old. I love the fact that I can watch my prom. I love the fact that I can watch me, Yasmin, and Paula acting a fool, and, you know, like going to the movies at like 2 a.m. or something like that. Like, I love that I have all of these memories. And that's a huge part of why I'm like so on it to film when we travel. Not only do I want you guys to see it, but like I just love watching my old videos. I'm a very sentimental person, so I love being able to do that. I really like this question too, which is why I screenshotted it, because I think in my 8 years of being on YouTube, no one has ever asked me this question in a Q&A. Someone asked, how are you doing mentally and physically? Well, thank you so much for asking. Like, that's genuinely such a sweet question, and which is why I love you guys. Like, I feel like you guys genuinely care about my well-being. Mentally, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I would do better if I had better time management, because I think a lot of my stresses in life come from due dates and trying to get shit done, and just feeling like I always am running out of time. But I feel like you could give me the time of the world and I'll still feel like I'm running out of time. So mentally, I would give myself like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. Again, I just feel like if I had better time management skills, it would be a lot more. But I feel like I'm doing a good job balancing mom life, social life, work life right now. So that is why I'm gonna rate myself like an 8 out of 10 on that scale. Physically, that is a different topic. You guys saw my recent video where I talked about how I gained weight. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it honestly affects me. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like I love my body right now. My problem is like, it's almost like consuming my like mind. Like I honestly think about it 24/7 and I honestly hate it. This is the heaviest I've ever been in my life aside from being like pregnant. And I'm starting to, it's not only that, I know people are like, well, don't look at the number on the scale, which I 100% agree. But I also gained body fat percentage and not too much. The thing is, I'm not at the point of no return. Like I can, you know, get myself together and get back to where I want it to be. But now I'm starting to feel it in my clothes. Like when I put on my clothes, like the pants that never really fit me too tight or fitting too tight, that's starting to honestly affect me mentally, and I really, really don't like it. See if my theory is correct, but if any of you guys have had COVID, like you've had actual COVID, not the vaccine, do you feel like you have gained weight since then and that it's harder to get weight off? That is my question. Because I personally, I know one other person too has had COVID who told me the same thing. Like, yeah, I feel like my body just holds on to fat a lot more. I feel like ever since I had COVID, I dropped a bunch of weight in 10 days because I had no appetite. So I told you guys in that video, I literally dropped like 10 pounds. I'm not even kidding, in like a week. I feel like ever since then, I don't know if it's because I didn't eat. Again, I didn't eat out of like sickness. It wasn't like I was purposely trying not to eat. So I'm not saying it's COVID per se, but I'm saying I think it was from not eating for a period of time. My body kind of went into this shock, or maybe my metabolism is like, girl, what did you just do? And it's like freaking out and it's holding on to every little fat cell it possibly can. That is what I'm thinking. And that's a big reason why I feel like in my head, I keep telling myself this. So I'm like, if I keep telling myself this, like I'm not going to lose the weight. But in my head, I'm like, I think that's why. I honestly, there's no other reasoning. It's not like I started eating different. Honestly, I feel like I had the same eating habits and the same workout habits that I did before that happened. So maybe I'm getting older. My metabolism is slowing down. I do not know. But if any of you guys feel like you're going through the same thing, let me know so we can talk about it. Whatever happened to your toenail? Did it heal and grow back fully? So if you guys didn't know, this was summertime, last summer. Yeah, not this past summer, but the summer before that. So over a year ago, my big toe got toenail fungus and it came off. So if your fungus gets bad enough, your nail will remove itself from the nail bed. So when it came off, like it didn't even hurt. Like I didn't even feel anything. Like it just came off. So you guys know I've been going through a journey with trying to heal it. So you guys would see on my story, I was seeing a doctor getting laser treatments like every 4 to 6 weeks. And honestly, they worked. They worked. The problem with toenail fungus is you can't cover it. Like when you're trying to heal your toenail fungus, you need to not wear nail polish. Like your nail bed needs to breathe as much as it can. No acrylic on it, no gel. Pretty annoying as a woman when you want to wear flip-flops and high heels and go to events and all that and you're like literally missing a toenail. And I did for a period of time walk around missing a big toenail and just letting it breathe for the world. And I already have a second longer toe, like my second toe is longer. So not having a big toenail and then having a second longer toe, like literally looked like I had just like this finger toe. Like it was, I've been through some things, okay, with this toe. So finally my toenail looked pretty much healed. I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to start painting it again. I got it painted, not even gel, nothing like that. Got it painted. By the time I went to go for my next pedicure and they removed the nail polish, my toenail was literally like black. It was like, I know this sounds disgusting. It was like a greenish, black, yellow, a mess. So I've came to the conclusion, this is honestly just something I'm gonna have to deal with for the rest of my life. Like, unless I want to keep it bare for the rest of my life, but I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm just not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to deal with it. So I went to the nail salon and they just cut it off for me. What I do now is I just get that nail completely cut off. Because again, it doesn't hurt. It's a dead toenail anyway. And my big toenail, I get an acrylic. It's fake. I literally get a fake big toenail every single day for the rest of my life. So that is how I'm doing physically. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I was a little upset about it, but at the end of the day, it's a big toe. Like people are out here, God forbid, losing limbs, and I'm gonna sit here and cry about a toenail. Like, it's fine. I can get an acrylic. I'm getting a pedicure anyway. So it's not a big deal to me. And honestly, with getting a fake big toenail, they can really shape it like perfectly. So it's really not that bad. So I think I'm gonna finish vlogging like when I'm at the studio and you guys can see my makeup being done. But I feel like I did answer a lot of questions and you guys did hear me talk for the majority of this video. But I'm gonna answer this one as well since we're being real raw and honest in this video. Someone asked, what goals did you have this year that you were able to reach? Now, I wanted to answer this question because this was another topic that really affected me mentally this year, but I did not hit any of the goals that I had. Let's rewind to the beginning of this video where I said, anything I put my mind to, I'ma do. Like, girl, really? But I felt like this was important to say because I feel like it's so easy to compare yourself, and especially with social media and looking at people and being like, oh my God, she's doing so much with her life. I feel like people, especially influencers, are always like, I'm working on this project, I'm working on this project, I'm working on this project. I'm almost convinced that a lot of people say that just to sound like they're doing something. But because we had such big expenses this year, specifically our backyard, like guys, our backyard, the price of our backyard, you could honestly buy a house in Ohio, like for how much our backyard costs. I didn't have enough money to do what I wanted to do. I mean, obviously I could have, but then I would have been affecting myself in other places of life and like paying my taxes, for example. So that is why we put it off for the year. But one of my goals to lose weight, I gained weight. One of my goals to hit 1 million followers. I've been plateaued at a certain number on Instagram. I've been plateaued at a certain number forever. I wanted to hit 1 million on TikTok. I've been losing followers on TikTok, and I think that's because I'm showing them more and I'm not shaking my ass as much, which I'm honestly happy about because I had a really, like my male following was growing a little bit too much for my liking on TikTok. Sorry, they're cleaning outside, but I didn't hit what I wanted to hit this year. So if you're someone in the same boat, just know you're not alone. We have plenty of other years to get ourselves together. I was working on something for a minute and it was just not working out. I don't know if it was because of COVID, like shipment times took so long. And when things take too long, like I'll be so excited for something and then when things take way too long, I don't get excited anymore. I'm just ready to not even do it. So I think that's what happened. Like I'd wait for samples for something and it would take forever. And then I'd get it, I wasn't happy with it. So then I have to ship it back and have them change it and then send it back and I still wasn't happy. And I'm like, I don't even want to do this anymore. So I think that was what happened to me. I really just this was just not the time. I can't even imagine adding something additional to my plate at this point. Guys, that is all the time I have to sit here and do my makeup. I'm going to finish up my eyes and my lips in the car. So maybe I can put on the car tripod. As y'all can see, I'm in the car. I'm just in the garage waiting for Mel because he had a few things upstairs he had to grab. But I'm like, let me just answer a few more questions and then I'm going to show you guys the final look once I get there. Somebody asked, what's the biggest lesson you've learned as a mom? Patience. I think I didn't realize how patient of a person I was until I became a mother. Before I became a mother, I didn't really view myself as that patient of a person. But I feel like motherhood really, really brought that out of me. Like, not even in a bad way. I'm not saying Vaughn does, like, bad things that I have to be patient for, but just, I feel like I'm a much more gentle person as a mother, and I feel like I'm a lot more compassionate. It really hit me that people aren't born bad. Like, people aren't born bad people. And I feel like I have a lot more, what's the word, compassion? I feel like I just don't get that angry at other people. I feel like I always kind of view someone as somebody's son or daughter. That is somebody's baby. Like, that person was an innocent little child once upon a time. This is just how my brain works. Some of you guys probably listening to this are like, girl, are you okay? But I genuinely, like, I just view people as, everybody to me is like a little toddler, a little innocent toddler that sees the world full of life. And it helps me be just a kinder and more gentle person at the end of the day. Okay, guys, I think this is the most chaotic get ready with me I've ever done in my life. I have to wait until we're at stop signs and stuff to do my eyeliner. I did one eye, but I'm gonna answer like 2 more questions. Would you ever consider moving back to Columbus? This is actually very funny because Mama and I were back home this past time. Columbus has so many new things. Like, it's definitely gotten a lot more mainstream. Like, they have so many more trendy places and restaurants and like clubs and bars, and we were like playing with the idea, like toying with the idea, especially because for like Vaughn it would have been great to be around both grandparents, but at the end of the day we're staying in California forever, huh babe? Like, California is our home. Like, we love LA. We love it. Like,
Vaughn's outside playing in the backyard in the middle of November.
Right, like Vaughn's playing in the backyard every day and it's November. Back home, that you couldn't do that, you know? So We just love California. You can't beat the weather. I'm sorry. We can sit here and argue, tell me New York is better, Miami is better. Argue amongst yourselves. California's top tier. Would you use social media as much as you do now if it wasn't your career? I would. Not as much, obviously, but I would definitely be very active on social media. Because even before I was a YouTuber or whatever, I had a MySpace at like 9 years old. I had a Facebook and when I was like 11. So I've always been into social media. I've always loved it. I've always loved taking pictures. I was the friend that would take my little digital Sony camera to the mall with us, and I'd take a bunch of pictures of us and I'd upload it to like a Facebook album. So I think I would like do some sort of like blogging still while working another job. Do you think you're gonna be a helicopter mom when Kayvon starts school? Hell no. No. I will not be. I feel like I was raised with a lot of independence. I mean, never say never, but I don't think I will be, just because I knew, like, knowing that I grew up with so much independence, I really feel like it shaped me into the adult that I am today. I feel like I grew up a lot quicker than my friends. I feel like I was a lot more confident in myself. I feel like I never really hesitated to make moves, and I feel like that honestly is a big reason of my success today, and I want the same for Vaughn. I want him to have a lot of confidence in himself. I want him to make mistakes. I want him to learn from his mistakes. And obviously I'm going to be there to guide him, and I'll never let him do something incredibly stupid. I just feel like as a parent, there's only so much we can do to protect our children. Our job is to guide our children. So that is what I want for Vaughn. This is such a good question because we're actually headed to a shoot right now. Someone asked, how do you usually find venues for your photo shoots? So we use this website. Well, it's not a website. I mean, you can look it up online, but it's an app called Peerspace. So anytime you guys see us booking a video shoot, photo shoot, we're using Peerspace. Yes, it's Airbnb for creatives. But like, we tried getting a Peerspace back in Columbus. There was like 5. But depending on where you live, there's some really dope spots on there. So again, it's an Airbnb for creative spaces. So make sure you guys check it out. I'll put I think I have like an invitation link. Like, everybody gets one of those. You know, when you invite friends, you get like $20 and then they get $20. So I will find that link and I'll put it down below for you guys. But y'all should definitely check out Peerspace if you're looking for spots to shoot. Those are all the questions I'll be answering for today's video. The rest of my makeup, like my eyeliner and my lip liner, I have to wait till we're not moving, because y'all know, like, I don't have that steady of a hand, let alone when we're driving. So I'm going to wait until we're parked to finish up, and I'll show you guys the final look. Okay guys, here is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this chaotic but super honest chit chat. Get ready with me. Let me know if you guys want me to do more, and make sure you guys are following me on Instagram so you can always join whenever I do one of these. Make sure you guys also check out Foxy Bay, link down below, and use my code NAZ60, and we'll see you guys for our next video. Bye guys. It's